I was more impressed with Kevin Durant. It was simple for me. I was embarrassed for James Harden. I was embarrassed for you for sticking up for this damn team all this time. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? It's hard for me to be impressed by Kevin Durant because I think he's the greatest basketball player playing right now. I think he really is the best basketball player. He's 7 feet, dog. He putting the ball on the floor, bruh, and hitting it from where Steph Curry shoots, bruh. And then he's a rim assassin. It's crazy. He gets rebounds. He plays defense. He does it all. And it's hard to be impressed with someone you think so highly of. But I was impressed by him. You want to know why? A couple moments really stand out in video form. I like how you went there with the complaints and the counter. That was funny. Let's get some real video in here. Let's set the tone. You know what Coach always say before the game? I need y'all to run down the field and set the tone on kickoff. Kevin Durant's like, oh, Embiid, you trying to bully me? Oh, it's early. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, you want to talk that talk? Okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to set the tone real early in this first quarter. Nah, calm down, KD. No. Boy, I'm in your crib talking this noise. Now, here we go with the Meek Mill now. So the next play, basically, a few plays later, you see him come on Embiid putting his whole effort, his soul into it, all of that, and the stare down. That lets you know there are 2 scoreboards, homeboy. One of them, we molly-whopping you. You can see those numbers. But the other one is right here. And then Kevin Durant looked at his partner in crime, and he said, Kyrie, let's do this. Because you look at us as a duo, we are champions. There's a switch we can hit. You look at them as a duo, they want to be champions. And they don't know where that switch is just yet. Okay? So when we talk about these teams in construction, everyone was like, look at Philly. They hit the ground running. Oh, my God, since the trade. And champions say, it's a marathon. I'm going to walk down and get it all. We saw Philly run down and get some. And then they ran against them champions. Bruh, it's a different mindset when you talk about somebody who's been there, done that, and did it all.
I feel it. I'm not mad.
I love the fact that you brought up a monster in there. And the monster was on the Brooklyn Nets, correct? Even though the monster supposed to be on the Philadelphia 76ers. Ain't that where Meek Mill from? The money turned on that monster. No, it didn't. You ready? Ain't this what you've been waiting for? Ooh, ain't this what you've been waiting for?
Don't use these Philly bars against
I'm using all the Philly bars against them Philly fakers. I mean, 76. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? James Harden, you ran through the streets dating everybody trying to get this ring. Nobody want to marry you, bruh. You want to know why? Ask Chris Paul. Ask Russell Westbrook. Ask John Wall. Ask Kevin Durant. Now we really up there. If you can't get booed up with Kevin Durant, you ain't boo-worthy. Kyrie Irving. Now he go to Philly. Rocky steps, as you say. Meek Mill sitting there, probably courtside. Ain't this what you've been waiting for? Oh, you're not ready. Man, I love it. I'm not a champion. And I get it. I played a sport where I had some bad teammates. They never gave me an opportunity. Let me stop. Look, I respect champions for what they were able to accomplish, especially in basketball, because you go both ways, especially in basketball because there are fewer of you on the court, especially in basketball because with that ball in your hand, you really can dictate terms. You got to put more respect on the champion in basketball. What we saw yesterday was a 2-on-2 game between 2 champions and 2 non-champions. To me, it was just a glaring difference.
But no, come on, Coach.
Okay. Look, I'm not going to disparage what I saw from Joel Embiid. I respect it. Well, I actually can. Based on era, I can. Like, that almost looked like some 80s, 90s basketball. Hey, we got our guard and we have our center. Let's see if we can win a championship. And that were in a lot of championships in the 80s. And then in the 90s, it started to fade. 2000s came, Shaq. And then, now, let's go from present day backwards. Name the last team that had a center that was dominant as a champion. Let's go. It ain't fresh to think this long about a team that had a center that was dominant.
But centers
now we're going to go but. That's my point. I gave them all the props, but it ain't going to matter.
Centers are a dying breed.
I know.
If you want to say power forward, we could have a different conversation.
I didn't say power forward for a reason because he's not a power forward. Look, this is the point. It's like a fullback in football. We got the best fullback. Okay. Happy for you. It's not going to really work. You got a 7-footer who could play 1 through 5, but decides to play out there on the perimeter, but could put the ball on the floor and be at the rim in 2 steps. Then you got Kyrie, who's a wizard, a sorcerer, doing whatever he wants to do on the court. Magician. It's crazy. It just doesn't add up. And you talking about who we going to ride with. Philly didn't even ride with each other like we saw out of Brooklyn. Man, did y'all do a drive-by? You asking everybody, you with me, you with me? That sounds like some boys in the hood. I want my son to learn to do drive-bys. Here's the thing. Listen to what Kevin Durant said. Can you finally start putting respect on Kevin Durant when he comes out and says, quote, "It's hard for you to chant at Ben Simmons when you're losing by that much." This is intentional. This is with purpose. You talking about looking in his eye and seeing what Kevin Durant was about in his bag? He was so concerned with the team building that he went out there and said, "I'll put this on my shoulders while you still on the sideline, Ben Simmons, and I dare y'all to say something about it because you can't do nothing
Here's the
about
thing.
it." Yes, he did.
What was the reason?
What was the reason? James Harden, dog, we brought you here third fiddle just in terms of the actual sequence of order. You were third, right? You had a job to do. One, clean up anything we drop down. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's on the floor, anything. Like, James Harden, you're supposed to do that. Why? Because we champions, bro. It's levels to this. It's my team. Kyrie is right here. He's a champion, too. But I got Kyrie. You got to have us. He didn't have their back. Instead of having their back, you know what he did? He dipped. So KD, who is a habitual line stepper, he's like, "Oh, yeah, I will. Wherever you put the line, I will make sure I cross it. Put my toe on the line like he did in that series against the Milwaukee Bucks." And I love that. You know why? Because KD doesn't get enough flowers for how much gangster he got in his game. It's not just a finesse game. You look at KD, he's wiry. He's 7 feet, he's a bone, right? But that dude ain't got no punk in him. And he rolled for the whole squad. Trust me when I say this. As much as the Clippers are my team, right now it's looking a little distant in terms of this year, us achieving it. But in the Eastern Conference, you know I done claimed the Nets. It's good to see you finally starting to open up your eyes. You riding with me? Coming up, Russell Westbrook has been hearing it from fans and Steph Curry. I brought that home. Came to his defense. Are you going to get out the car now? We'll tell you if the criticism has gone too far.